All right, let's talk about Baker Mayfield, who I thought had a really impressive preseason performance. Now, I would say he is someone who historically does well in the preseason. I actually remember him having a really good preseason in that Freddie Kitchens year, where obviously the regular season didn't go so good. So maybe don't get too excited, but he definitely showed some things that I think you're allowed to get a little excited about. So let's talk about what Mayfield did and why I think that there's a very real chance he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here is it's going to be a rollout. So Mayfield's going to take the snap and then go towards the top of the screen, fakes the handoff towards the bottom of the screen. That's the way that this play is going to work. Right when this play begins, Mayfield doesn't hand the ball off. Hey, wasn't common in this game that he didn't hand the ball off, but this time he actually did not. And this one is, so you can't see what's going on down the field, but he has a receiver wide open. So, okay, you want to see him hit this, although, he is running across his body, right? Or going to be throwing across his body, running to where he has to throw across his body is what I'm trying to say. Which is, it's not the easiest throw in the world to make, even if it is a wide open receiver. Mayfield, however, does, make a bit of a tough throw there in terms of getting it there and did throw it accurately. So that is something that Mayfield does bring to the table, is a little bit of athleticism. Again, this is a team that is, just got done fielding Tom Brady at quarterback. So obviously, they're not used to any athleticism whatsoever. Kyle Trask, not exactly known for being the best athlete in his own right. So, there's this little benefit here from Mayfield for sure. Like this one was another example where, again, it's just a similar thing, rollout, being able to make the throw off balance, all that good stuff. Listen, no one's going to confuse Baker Mayfield for Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying that, but this was a decent part of his game in Cleveland, being able to make these throws. It's not something that every quarterback can do, so if Mayfield is the starter, it's just an extra play in the playbook, right? It's something that we know he can do effectively, and we've seen a big sample size of him doing it, and maybe for Tampa Bay, if they make him the starter, these are the kind of things he can do. Something like this was a very interesting one, because, the thing about Mayfield is he's the kind of quarterback who has never seen a throw he can't make, right? That's kind of the narrative with Mayfield, and it's a narrative for a reason. It's largely true. But we saw a different kind of Baker Mayfield in this game, a bit more of a cautious Mayfield, and this is an example where it's going to be quarters coverage. Watch how when Mayfield takes a snap, he looks further down the field, and he doesn't love what he sees. Again, we don't get the all 22, unfortunately, have to work with broadcast footage, but, doesn't love what he sees. So, okay, he's going to try and find something else. So this play develops a little bit, and he's going to look underneath, and, I think typically Baker Mayfield of probably even just last year, certainly of several years ago, he's making this throw. He's firing it down there. Maybe he would have thrown it further deep down the field. I don't know. Mayfield this time, though, is saying, you know what, maybe I can make the throw, but there's a defender right there. This is probably not going to go for a first down. We have to get to the 40, looks like kind of in between the 48 and 49 yard line. So Mayfield instead decides not to throw it, and he scrambles, and there was a hold, so it doesn't matter, but he got right at that first down marker. I'm not sure if it would have been ruled first down or not, but, it was an interesting play for Mayfield. I think you could debate what he should do on that play, but in the past, it had got him in trouble by making those throws. Now he's not, which is definitely gets you a little bit optimistic, I think. Now, there were some, this one was kind of a hospital ball, I thought, where what's going to happen, the play's already started as I paused it because the broadcast was a little late on the draw on a couple plays, which, as the old joke goes, it's preseason for the whoever's switching the feeds, in the broadcast booth. But anyways, watch what happens. Mayfield's going to run this play action, which also a good amount of play action, which, again, Tampa Bay not known for their play action, even though they love to establish the run, which is kind of a weird thing that they've been doing. Maybe that's going to change. I don't know. But you see that, again, I kind of see why Mayfield's making this throw, to be honest. Quan Alexander just makes a great read on it and kind of blows up the running back. It was a penalty, so it ended up working out well for Tampa Bay. So you could debate whether that's a good throw or not, if it's a hospital ball or if it was just a good defensive play. I don't know. Just interesting. But this play kind of showed where Mayfield, when he's at his best, what he can do, where, again, starting the play's already in motion because of the, feed was a little bit late in getting over there. So I decided let's just start it at where I wanted to kind of really get into the play. It's a zone coverage spot. And, a receiver's just trying to get into a gap in coverage. And if you look at Mayfield, he's already into throwing motion. His quick decision-making, again, gets him into trouble sometimes, but also has a positive benefit as well. which is, part of why he had a good rookie year, right? Was because of his quick decision making. A lot of rookies come in and play too timid. Mayfield did the opposite and, had success that year. Well, Mayfield makes this throw and they're able to pick up a first down right there. So, some good stuff there by Baker Mayfield, I thought, to be able to do something like that. It's not the biggest highlight reel level throw in the world. I don't know if Baker Mayfield's ever going to make the biggest highlight reel level throw in the world, but he is capable of making some highlight reel or at least very good plays. And then he did, I thought, show some highlight reel level plays, like just straight up highlight reel level throws. So like this one, the touchdown with about 12 and a half minutes left in the first half, where what's going to happen is, I believe this is zone coverage, but the safety is going to be a little slow in getting over there. Watch how when this play begins, you see that there's a little bit of a bubble, and quite frankly, this is an open receiver, but it's still kind of a tough throw, right? Just because you don't have the space. If this was, at midfield, you could easily make this throw and get a big completion, but because you have to worry about the back of the end zone, there's only so much room to make this throw, and it is going to be a bit of a tough one for Mayfield. However, it is right on the money to where his receiver can, toe tap and get both feet in bounds. I mean, that could not have been any further and probably couldn't have been any shallower either. That was exactly where Mayfield wanted to put that football. So that was definitely just an incredibly accurate throw. And again, when Mayfield is at his best, his accuracy is consistently on point, and it was certainly on point, I thought, in this one. In this play, I loved. Again, we're talking about his quick decision making. This is absolutely his quick decision making when it's at its best, where it's zone coverage, and that's the route really to pay attention to. Although Mayfield is actually his first read somewhere else, I want you to pay attention to that route. Watch how Mayfield's receiver does do a good job of kind of, he's trying to get around the zone coverage, right? So there's players covering over the middle of the field, kind of faking as though he's going towards the top of the screen, but then he's going to run over the middle. And you see Mayfield, he's not in the throwing motion, but the second I start playing, he is going to be in the throwing motion. Watch, he throws it so quickly to where the second that play gets open, he gets the ball there. So while yes, it was wide open, sometimes throws are open because the quarterback makes the right play, right? The quarterback has an impact in how open the receivers are, and Mayfield certainly had an impact on that play of his receiver being that open. So yeah, I mean, as a whole, personally, I think that he had a really good performance. I'm recording this, while there still is, Kyle Trask is still playing, so I will give my official analysis on who I think had the better performance and who should probably be the starter after this game in that video. I'll make a video about that coming out later tonight, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, those are my thoughts about Mayfield. What did you think about Mayfield? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.